Hi there YouTube, it's Pauline here, aka Olive Tree Roux-en-Y. I wanted to respond to Finding Elizabeth's topic of the week, which was all about mental mind games. And initially I watched other people's videos and I really was thinking, I'm not really worthy of contributing to this because I had my surgery on the 2nd of June, so I'm fairly new out. And, maybe I don't have enough experience with this yet. But I've been reflecting the last couple of days, and there is something I do sort of want to contribute as someone who's newly post-op. And that is all of the preparation that you do pre-op. And I know every plan and surgery office has its own requirements, different insurance requirements, that kind of thing. But most of them have some kind of element of requirement to do some kind of weight loss prior to surgery. And I had spent so many years doing Weight Watchers, Slimming World, which is a UK chain. I tried the Cambridge diet. You know where I'm going with this. I pretty much tried everything going, and every single program that I tried I found was quite triggering. Suddenly I started craving things I didn't even like just because I felt like I was depriving myself. And so I never really found programs very helpful. I would lose the initial 20-30 pounds and then I would just start struggling and going down slippery slope again, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that. When I started the program for my weight loss, and I did this through Kaiser Permanente Northwest, they require you to do a 12-week medical weight loss program. And it's not specific for bariatric surgery, it's just for anyone wanting to lose weight to improve their health. So I embarked on this 12-week program, and I feel fortunate that I was able to do this by phone with a dietitian rather than attending a group meeting, because that really would have felt too Weight Watcherish for me, and it would have just brought back memories of, I wasn't successful before, why should I be successful now? So it allowed me to sort of try and go into this with a different perspective. What I actually found in that program was that I ended up almost discussing with the dietitian things that she wanted to learn more about. So for example, one of the weeks was all about strategies to cope with cravings for food and how to sort of stop yourself, stem the tide of hitting the cupboard. And the dietitian, who was lovely, was sort of talking about techniques like painting your nails, brushing your teeth, going for a walk. And I sort of chuckled when she started on this track, because I've heard this a million times in Weight Watchers. I've tried it a million times. And you know what? If I wanted something badly enough, I'd find a way. I would get back to it. And then what I probably would end up doing actually is eating around my craving and then ending up having it anyway. So I ended up eating twice as much. So, one of the things that I ended up doing with the dietitian I was working with was kind of educating her on all the tricks that we learn and know to do and how we kid ourselves about what we're doing. So I didn't find the 12-week medical weight loss program helped really. If anything, I had a bit of rebound weight gain, almost because it was triggering for me. But I went through the program and I got what I needed to get done in order to go to the next step to qualify for bariatric surgery. So then came the requirement from the program to track everything, to track protein, calories, vitamins, water, and again, all of that felt like Weight Watchers to me. And when I had thought back to times when I was a little bit more successful with weight loss pre-surgery, it was always the times when I stopped that tracking mentality, and I actually just learned to listen to my body and try and eat when I was hungry, stop when I was full or before I was full, figure out when I was thirsty versus when I was hungry. And I was starting to feel like all of that had been taken away from me again, and I was no longer listening to my body. I was just doing what was needed to be done to fulfill requirements to get surgery. And I'm being totally honest here. So anyway, I went along with it because I thought, this is the chance for me to address my health, and maybe I should step up and stop putting barriers in my way. So I started doing FitnessPal tracking, and I still do it to this day. I track everything I eat, I track everything I drink, I track my multivitamins. However, for me, the biggest mental mind game that has occurred was moving from the pre-op mental mind game where I was just really feeling triggered. I felt like everything I needed to get away from Weight Watchers was slap bang coming to hit me in the face again. After surgery, doing the liquid diet for a couple of weeks wasn't too bad because I didn't really have to think about anything. It was more a case of just trying to get water, fluid, and protein into my system. As I started trying to progress to the next stages of food, and everything was prioritize protein, make sure you get your fluids in, I understand all of the whys, and I do it. However, it's playing with my head something rotten, and it's because I no longer have hunger. So I don't have a trigger that says, you're hungry, you need to eat, you're getting full, you need to stop. Now I feel like I'm out there in this sea of wilderness, floating around in space, not really having any cues to know what to eat, how much to eat. So really all I'm going back to is, am I getting the right grams of protein in a day? Am I sort of around the right calories a day? And that even gets confusing when you hear so many different versions of how much protein and how many calories a post-bariatric surgery patient should actually eat. So I'm trying not to really stress about it too much. I'm trying to just go with the flow and get my protein in and get my water in, get my fluids in. But again, I'm drinking when I'm not thirsty, just because I know if I wait until I'm thirsty, I won't be able to play catch up. So I'm eating and I'm drinking without any body cues to say that that's what's necessary. And I don't think I realized pre-op that it would be that way. After spending so many years trying to figure out how to get in tune with what my body needed, suddenly I don't have those cues anymore, and I'm feeling like everything I'm doing is completely contrary to what my body's trying to tell me. And my body's really not telling me much of anything anymore. Now, for those of you that are veterans with this, you probably would be able to tell me that, some of that comes back. And things do change. I'm so new post-op that I haven't experienced that yet. But for the stage that I'm at now, and if I was talking to someone pre-op and giving them any kind of hints and tips, I think it would be the mental challenge of how food and drink triggers go away, and suddenly you're sort of trying to figure out how often you should eat, how much you can eat. It's all a big mystery to me, and I'm still trying to work it out. And in a way, you have to be quite regimented in order to not be drinking 30 minutes before or after what you're eating, making sure your vitamins are taken at the right times of day, all of that kind of thing. So I've gone from a sort of free-flowing, trying to listen to my body mentality to a regimented, I must do this, this, and this to get enough water in and protein and get my vitamins in. Yeah, I really, I'm I'm learning, and I hadn't realised how much it was going to play on my psyche to figure all of this out. I'd be interested to know if other people are going through the same thing. And I certainly wasn't prepared for it, I don't think, before the surgery. So that's something I would want to tell pre-oppers that are getting prepped now. Life changes a lot. The cues become very strange, and it's hard to know suddenly what your tummy feels like when it's time to stop eating, for example. So anyway, I thank you to Elizabeth for sort of posing this topic. And although I say I didn't really feel worthy of contributing initially, I thought this is actually something that I've really struggled with a lot in the last few weeks, and so it's worth bringing up and seeing what comments any of you have, or suggestions, or help. So thank you very much. It's lovely to speak with you again. Sorry I've been a bit sporadic. It's been a bit crazy hectic. Hopefully my schedule will calm down soon and I'll get back onto a regular YouTube schedule. But I'm still doing okay. Just learning. I feel like my learning slope is very steep. So anyway, take care everyone. Great to see you. Bye bye.